Tale of the tape for Arturo Gatti versus Floyd Mayweather at 140 pounds. Gatti is 5 years older at 33. Mayweather with a half-inch arm length advantage. Or check it, a 1-inch arm length advantage and a half-inch height advantage. They both weighed in at or within a pound of the 140-pound limit. We do not have their unofficial weights coming out of the dressing room tonight, but rest assured, Arturo Gatti will significantly outweigh Floyd Mayweather in the ring. It remains to be seen whether it's any kind of advantage. Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Arturo Gatti Floyd Mayweather fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the unified rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. There is no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. In case the cut is caused by an accidental headbutt, we go to the scorecards after 4 rounds have been completed, and you cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the 12th and final round. Jim.
Pretty boy Floyd will enter first. And you hear the theme music for the ultra-confident Floyd Mayweather. He has a spectacular smile, and the Gatti crowd responds to the mode of transportation for the entrance.
This is like Jesse James walking into a convention of bankers.
He knows who the crowd is here to root for, and Roy, I think that makes him that much tougher to beat tonight because Floyd Mayweather, in a way, loves to be hated.
Yes, he does, and this is what he thrives off of. This gives him extra fuel. That's why he's coming in with another one bites the dust. The worst music he could possibly find to antagonize and really upset these fans and Arturo Gatti.
Do you think he has belittled Gatti so feverishly coming into the fight because he wants Arturo to come at it?
Yes, he does. If you can lure him into a slugging fight, then he definitely can beat him. If Arturo stays back and boxes, which is not what he's used to doing, it may cause a problem for him.
A lot of people figure that Mayweather can easily win a decision here with his hand speed and his boxing skills. What he's promising is a knockout, an annihilation, an erasure, something which will embarrass Gatti, after which he will party, as he says, on Gatti's home turf.
Well, it was only 90 degrees here today, so obviously he needs fur.
Floyd Mayweather came close to defeat in the eyes of ring critics really only once. In his first fight against Jose Luis Castillo, some ringside observers felt as though Castillo might have deserved the victory for his body punching. Mayweather wound up sealing the deal the second time around. And here comes the love. It's not about whether he wins or loses.
I guess part of the plan is to puncture Floyd Mayweather's eardrums.
Significant cut to his eyes in more than 2.5 years. That represents a huge step forward in the career of Arturo Gatti. Let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of Caesars Atlantic City and Bally's Atlantic City, main events, along with Top Rank Incorporated, are proud to present the featured bout of the evening. Thunder and Lightning. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Super Lightweight Championship of the World. presented in association with Caesars and Bally's Atlantic City with Nemiroff and HBO pay-per-view. Sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board, Boxing Commissioner Larry Hazard Sr., WBC President Jose Suleiman. The 3 judges at ringside scoring this bout will be Dave Moretti, Luis Rivera, and John Stewart. And when the bell rings, your referee is Earl Morton. And now for the sold-out, standing room only crowd in attendance. Are you ready? For the millions watching around the world courtesy of HBO pay-per-view, fight fans, are you ready? There's only one thing left to say. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black with white, official weight 139 pounds. Professional record, a perfect one, consisting of 33 bouts, 33 victories with 22 knockouts, and he is rated by all as among the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. From Grand Rapids, Michigan, the challenger, former junior lightweight world champion, former lightweight world champion, the undefeated pretty boy, Floyd Mayweather. And across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white with blue, official weight 140 pounds, professional record 39 victories, including 30 knockouts with 6 defeats and 2 world titles. From Jersey City, New Jersey, the ultimate blood and guts warrior, 2-time world champion, the reigning, defending WBC super lightweight champion of the world, Arturo Gatti.
Buddy, y'all both received the same instruction. I expect you to protect yourself at all times, keep your punches up, and give me a good, clean break. Touch gloves and good luck.
It's great to want to be great. Floyd Mayweather believes he is, and many observers also believe that. Gatti wants to find out if he is.
In his last fight against James Leha, Arturo Gatti was throwing more than 40 jabs per round. Yesterday he told us, my jab is the key to the fight, but I'm not going to be jabbing Floyd to the head. You watch me jab him in the upper chest, on the shoulders, and particularly, I'm going to hit that front shoulder with my hook so many times, his arm's going to fall off. As for Mayweather, he's been fighting many of his recent fights up close in the pocket, where he's very hard to hit because of his elusiveness, and very solid with that straight right hand, and you just saw him rake Gatti with the straight right and follow it with the left hook.
Yeah, Gatti started out with a jab good, but he's so much slower than Mayweather that it's hard for him to catch up with Mayweather. Mayweather hooked him off his jab already.
And the difference in hand speed is immediately apparent. Gatti with a right uppercut. Gatti says, Floyd hasn't felt power like mine. Every time I hit him, I'm gonna hurt him. Mayweather says, sure he is. That straight right hand already appears to have done a modicum of damage to Gatti's left eye, which has a red spot around it. Mayweather allowing himself to be taken to the ropes steps and into the corner.
Come on. Let's back it up.
There's no place in the ring where Floyd isn't comfortable.
What did the referee stop the action for just then?
I have no idea. And Earl Morton is known in the past as a referee who lets people fight. But it's a big event. Maybe everybody's a little nervous. Whipped left hook by Mayweather. Gatti trying to make that jab a factor. He's been a little more reticent to throw in the last minute after getting raked in the first minute. Good left hand by Gatti. Stops Mayweather's right.
And his jab just offset one of Mayweather's combinations there, so it's smart of him to use his jab. But Mayweather's using his too.
Gatti feinting before he throws the jab and feinting as he comes in, trying to set up a right hand. Arturo feels he needs to land something solid early to make the point to Floyd. And Floyd hits Arturo with a left hook on the break, and now there's a knockdown in round 1. And Gatti can't believe that.
6, 7, 8. Come on, Gatti. That's fucking bullshit. Keep your head up. Keep your head up.
Gotta protect yourself at all times. But that's when the referee making calls that ain't really calls. That's why I asked when he came in and stopped it for earlier.
That was not a great first round for referee Earl Morton.
Let's get in. What we got to do, champion? Listen to me. Don't let that take you off your game plan. Okay? Now listen. Keep stepping around to your right. Okay? You stand in front of him a little too long. You stand low, beautiful. When you're moving over, you're getting under the hook.
If you cross the head again, you go by there. The only goal is going to get busted up.
All right, here you see Floyd jump in with a hook. Gatti got low. His head was on Gatti's neck. He hit him first ball while he was down. The referee comes like he's going to come in. He's waiting for the referee to say something about him, hit him while he's down like that, and Floyd hits him with another hook.
I can't blame Mayweather. He took advantage of the opportunity that was presented to him in a professional way.
He's supposed to.
There was an absence of
I thought the referee could have stepped in.
He should have when the head was on the neck. When the arm was on the neck.
Gatti got nowhere near Mayweather's body in round 1. Quick left hooks by Mayweather, forcing Gatti to keep his right hand in.
The bad thing about this pace, I think, is that this favors Mayweather.
Mayweather appears willing to take some risks when he gets inside. And again, the hand speed advantage readily apparent in the first 2 rounds. Floyd able to beat Arturo to the punch from distance and able to land 2 or 3 to Arturo's 1 when they get in close. 3 punches there. Gatti seems off stride. Roy doesn't seem sure of what he wants to do.
No, he's not sure because of speed. He used to guys being able to hit when he throws these big punches, but Floyd is not there. Floyd's defense is exceptional, and people didn't understand that.
There's a body shot. Left hook to the body. First time that Gatti's had a chance to throw to the ribcage. Left hook grazed Gatti's chin, and another big left hook catches him slightly. Right hand is solid. Combinations by Mayweather. Too much speed. Maybe too much power, too.
Entirely too much speed. And if Gatti lets him sit outside and box at this pace all night, he'll peck him to death like this all night.
Gatti's going to have to sell out to get inside. There's no way he can win the fight fighting at range like this.
No way possible.
Walk it out.
Swelling under both of Gatti's eyes.
Gatti brought back his old cut man, Joe Souza, after Souza, showing loyalty to the fighter he had first worked for, switched to James Lehi in the last fight. After some initial anger about it, Gatti said, hey, I got to appreciate Joe for his loyalty, and he's done great work for me. He certainly has, and he may need to do great work again tonight.
Hold the glove.
Huge left hook. And the straight right. Arturo hasn't really landed anything big in the first 2 rounds. It's been a landslide for Floyd Mayweather. At this rate, it's hard to imagine Gatti lasting into the late rounds.
It is very difficult to find anyone in boxing who gave Gatti much of a chance going into this fight. In that round, you saw why.
Come on. You're standing too straight up. Come on, baby. Don't get up your plan now. Attack it from an angle. You're standing in front of him, getting hit with right hand leads, baby. Keep the left hand out in front. Stay low. Come on, champ, baby. Come on, baby. You can do this. Okay?
They know what the fuck they're up against.
Keep touching him with the jab. He's busting up
All you got to do is keep checking his ass with that hook. Hit him with the right hand when you want to. How you feel? All right, bro.
Feel good? No shot. Wait, come.
He see Floyd landing the straight right lead at will, come back with the left hook following it. Ends it with a right to the body, then another right over the top.
Floyd Mayweather loves the spotlight. CompuBox numbers in round 2, Gatti 4 out of 42, Mayweather 27 out of 47. If it was an election, they'd project the winner right now.
In boxing, the hare usually beats the tortoise.
Just walk it right out. Just walk it right out. I said walk it.
Harold Letterman has scored 10-8 in each of the first 2 rounds. That's how big a landslide the second round was in Letterman's view, because there was no knockdown. Still, he scored at 10-8.
I scored it a 10-9 round. Although Mayweather clearly won it, I don't think he inflicted that much damage.
The hand speed is making it very difficult for Gatti to get anything started right now.
Let his hand go. Let his hand go. Hey! Bring it
Well,
up.
he got in a good low blow, and he may need it. Earl Morton asking Gatti to keep him up. Earl Morton's only refereed 5 World Championship fights, and his inexperience may have contributed to the confusion in round 1. Gatti acknowledged to us yesterday that he didn't expect to win the first 4 rounds, but surely he expected it to be more of a fight than this.
Mayweather really is on point tonight. He's very sharp. He's not allowing Gatti to make no mistakes. Every mistake that Gatti makes, just about, he's capitalizing off of it.
And Arturo Gatti's right eye is swelling badly.
Come on, let's go. Box.
Now Morton stops Mayweather and says, you keep him up.
Thank God he landed a pretty good right hand then. Didn't seem to have no effect on Floyd.
Gatti is very protected with his right hand. Mayweather's been so quick with the left hook. Mayweather sticks a jab. He's landing more or less at will in these first 3 rounds. There's a vicious right hand over the top. And another one just for good measure.
The crowd trying to rouse Gatti, but so far Mayweather has taken the crowd out of the fight.
Most of them apparently stunned by the utter one-sidedness of it so far.
Yeah, Gatti can't beat him at this distance or this pace for sure. Floyd can do this for 3 years.
At ringside, Manchester, England's Ricky Hatton, working for the BBC, holder of the Ring Magazine Championship belt for this division ever since he upset Costa in his hometown last month.
How you feel? How you feel? Keep that stiff jab on that. Hard as the head and hard as the body. Show the hard one to the body. When you get looking for that, slide that right hook in there on his ass.
Hit him in the head too much.
Hey, make him beat that whole thing, buddy.
Okay? You got to hit him. Don't worry. Don't worry, baby. Come on. Don't worry, baby. Don't get upset, okay? Let's go out there now. Let's fight like I know you can fight. Let's get the head movement going. Come on, baby, like we did in the gym. Get that upper body movement. Just step around.
Gotta stay in your corner. Go back and stay in your corner, man. Let's go.
Well, you saw the overwhelming CompuBox numbers through round 3. They throw about the same number of punches. One guy lands 20, the other guy lands 70. Harold, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim. 3-0, 30-25. Floyd Mayweather. Jim, I gotta tell you something. I gotta talk about that first round. Now listen, boxing has got rules just like any other game. If the referee doesn't yell, stop or break, okay? And you stand there looking at the referee. Floyd Mayweather had every right to hit Arturo Gatti and knock him down. Martin did nothing wrong whatsoever. Gatti objected to the fact that Floyd grabbed him behind the head. But if you don't hear the referee yell, stop, I mean, Floyd can hit him. 3-0, Mayweather.
Bring it up. Okay, that's it. Come on now.
So Harold exonerates the referee and doesn't necessarily think he should have stepped in when Mayweather appeared to be holding Gatti's head down. And there's a vote for Earl Morton in round 1. We're well into the fight now, round 4, and Arturo Gatti, to my view, Roy, hasn't landed a single body punch. That's a very bad sign.
And that's what Buddy just told him. You're not going to the body. You're all here hunting, and that's because of his fans in here.
It's getting brutal in there as Mayweather fires at will.
A tattooing got his taken right now. A heavy tattooing. One that he won't be able to respond to like he does in normal fights because Floyd won't be there for him to respond to it.
Bring it up.
You don't get the sense that any one punch by Mayweather is hurting Gatti yet, but the numbers of them are.
It's just discouraging to him because everything he does, he gets hit 7 times. That left eye starting to close. He can't seem to get well, no punches anymore. It's got to be discouraging, but you got to give him credit for the heart because he's still trying his hardest.
Yes, tremendous heart. But it's hard to see how he has a clue about landing anything big or effective. And that was what the game plan was supposed to be about, landing big shots.
Come on, baby. You're waiting too long. You're looking for that one punch, Arturo.
Stop, man.
Come on, take your time, but you got to get at your hands go. You're not letting your hands go, baby. All right, you're aiming too much for the head. Keep stepping around. Keep your head, your upper body moving. You can do it, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, he ain't getting punished anyway, so fuck it.
Good work, baby. Beautiful work.
I told you it was from the beginning.
Here you see Floyd land a straight right hand, left jab, another straight right hand, another left jab, another straight right hand, just did miss, and follow with a hook at the end. He got it with everything he throws at him anytime he gets ready.
The problem Gatti is having is that at close quarters, Mayweather sees everything coming, and his hands are so fast that Gatti doesn't have a chance to respond.
I don't know when I've seen more one-sided CompuBox numbers. Mayweather 32 out of 60 in that round. Gatti 5 out of 37. Larry, you probably saw a lot of the action between Sugar Ray Robinson and Jake LaMotta. Was it ever this one-sided?
Well, I don't go quite back that far. I don't remember that. but LaMotta was extremely strong and could come forward through some of Robinson's punches.
There, Gatti gets in a left to the body. His best and most purposeful punch so far.
And after taking all the punches he's taken, for him to come and still be throwing shots like that says a lot about Gatti, son.
Ah, stop.
Well, there's an old phrase about the guts of a burglar.
Come on
I
now.
doubt there's a burglar
Let's keep it
alive who
clean.
has
All
the
right, come
guts
on.
of Arturo Gatti.
Don't hold his head, Floyd.
You know,
Bring it up a
everybody
little bit.
remembers in history Robinson LaMotta, but, you know, Willie Pep had a great deal of trouble with a fighter who just jumped in on him and gave him all kinds of problems. So sometimes speed can be neutralized, but Gatti hasn't shown that he can do it yet.
Ah, stop.
Sandy Sadler was the fighter I was thinking of, who I believe beat Pep 3 out of 4. But Gatti has been unable to upset Mayweather at all. He's been unable to get in close and rough him up.
Stop. Don't put the forearm in his face, okay? Okay, let's go. Box.
See, Floyd taking his time, trying to let a little bit of punishment soak in on Gatti, and he's trying to catch him with a big shot and hope he hurt him when he's not expecting it.
Good. Back, get your hands free, good.
Giving Gatti fans a chance to see something what they came to see.
Straight right hand by Mayweather twists Gatti's head around. Crashes another straight right hand right off of the Gatti noggin. Gatti's had a couple moments of competitiveness in this round, but as Roy Jones suggests, Mayweather may simply be allowing him to open up to create opportunities. Big right hand across the top, just missed for Gatti. Right hands by Mayweather land like lasers. And at this rate, the question is, how long will Arturo be able to see Mayweather's punches coming, if in fact he still can?
Not much longer.
There's Miguel Cotto at ringside, ranked to number 5 by The Ring coming into tonight, sure to move up because Vivian Harris has lost, and he was ranked ahead of Cotto. Cotto knocked out the man who beat Harris, Carlos Mausa. Cotto may want the winner of the fight, although if that's Mayweather, you wonder if he wants him that soon.
Don't worry about that, okay? Come on, baby. We still got 7 rounds to go. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, now, soften that ass up a little bit more. Put that right hook in there, too. You need that. That's for the road. Punch that ass.
Here you see that, like we said earlier, one straight right hand, jab, another straight right hand, another hook. I mean, just 5 and 6 punch combinations at a time. Gatti can't do nothing about it. Totally a mismatch on hand speed. Totally a bad fight for Arturo Gatti, which I said from the get-go. But let's see what happens.
Again, I don't know when I've seen more one-sided punch stat numbers. Gatti has landed 8 out of 47 power punches thrown through the 5th round. Mayweather's landed 81 of 141. So every time Floyd lands power punches in bunches, he is putting greater distance between himself and Arturo Gatti. Mayweather wearing winning gloves, an Asian-made glove which Emmanuel Stewart called pillows on our air. He thinks they'll help protect his brittle hands, which have oft been broken in the past. Gatti's wearing Everlast, the conventional brand. He breaks his right hand virtually every time he fights.
In case you're wondering whether Mayweather will get tired, he sometimes spars 10 or 15-minute rounds with different sparring partners moving in to increase his stamina.
Too much hand speed. Oh, body shot. Body shot hurt Arturo Gatti real bad.
Gatti, yeah.
Body shot froze Arturo.
Buddy McGirt keeps telling Gatti not to worry. I'm wondering if he shouldn't throw in the towel.
Yeah, body shot hurt him real bad then.
This is humiliating. Floyd Mayweather promised exactly this. He promised he would humiliate Arturo Gatti before his fans.
I can't understand who wouldn't see this, though, before it happened.
Much of the crowd is on its feet in awe of the display that Mayweather's putting forth. How in the world can Gatti keep taking it?
He didn't stop this because he's done. Reminds me of the Roy Jones Pat Swanson fight. And I mean, just one guy totally outplans, not going to land any punches because he's not fast enough to put the big punch on Floyd Mayweather.
Very difficult to watch. Gatti landed a little left hook. Mayweather knocked him halfway across the ring with his own vicious left hook. Why would anybody continue?
That was a
Gatti's
10-8
eyes are
round.
closed. You can't see.
Hey, don't die. Don't hit him in the body.
I'm not sure Buddy McGirt wants to let him come back out.
Stopping it, baby. Stopping it.
They're stopping it.
Stopping it, Mike.
And thank heaven. It's been over.
No more, baby. No, no.
Unfortunately,
Glad they
since
stopped
round
it.
one.
Your eyes closed. Your eyes
Glad
closed.
they stopped it.
Come on. Come on.
An easy TKO victory.
Comprehensive, virtuoso victory for Floyd Mayweather.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Brilliant, brilliant performance. Now here's the problem. Who in the world will fight him?
There are some guys that will fight him. Guys with better speed, better footwork, have a better chance at fighting him. When they announced this fight, you know when you first asked me about this fight, I told you if I had got, I would put him nowhere near a ring with Floyd Mayweather. It's the wrong fight for him, but for the fans, for the payday, I guess this is what they fight for, and we have to let it happen.
As we said earlier, it was Gatti who wanted this fight.
Not his promoters.
That's all right, baby. Don't worry. Don't worry, baby. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay?
He see Floyd pop shot all night, straight right lead. Straight right lead again, couldn't miss. Straight right lead again, 3 straight rights in a row. Just could not miss the guy. There you see a jab to the body. Overhand right there, Graves, another left body shot. That's the shot that really hurt him and started all the trouble right there. That left body shot was big. Overhand right over the top, jab, another right to the body. And it was just a matter of time at this point.
Don't hit him in the body.
You stopping it, okay? You stopping it, baby. You stopping it. You stopping it, Mike. No more, baby. No, no. Until look at me. Your eyes closed. Your eyes closed. No more.
Too much. It's enough.
No more.
It's enough.
No more. No more.
Thank heaven they chose to stop it there. And here's another look, Roy.
Yeah, I mean, the hand speed was just the case. There was nothing else. I mean, Gatti's a big puncher, but he's not a fast puncher. Anytime guys like Ivan Robinson can give you a problem, you know Floyd Mayweather going to be way too much.
Absolutely right. Gatti's 3 previous bad experiences against slick boxers. Angel Manfredi, Ivan Robinson beat him twice. Oscar De La Hoya embarrassed him. Again, it happens tonight. Let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the particulars on the TKO.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 6 round 6. The winner, KO victory, and new WBC super lightweight champion of the world, still undefeated, pretty boy, Floyd Mayweather.
Final CompuBox landslide numbers. Again, if it were an election, they could have projected the winner in the first round. Gatti landing 41 out of 245. Mayweather 168 out of 295. Many of them blistering, vicious power shots to the head. 57% connect percentage. You'll seldom see a higher one. Look at the connect percentage in power shots. He landed nearly 2/3 of them. 115 out of 183. Gatti 10 out of 56. He was never for a moment in the fight. Harold Lederman scored the first 2 rounds 10-8. Even though there was only one somewhat questionable knockdown, that's how much of a landslide it was from the outset. Let's go to Larry Merchant with Pretty Boy Floyd.
All right, thank you very much, Jim. Congratulations, Floyd. Did this go exactly the way you envisioned it?
Well, I told the fans that I prepared for this mentally as well as physically. And I want to thank God first for this victory. I want to thank Team Mayweather, Al Heyman, all the people in Grand Rapids, and all the people in Las Vegas. We did it.
All right, let's go back to the first round, and you describe what happened with that knockdown, if you can.
Well, I was once told that you're supposed to protect yourself at all times. So I hit him with, he moved, he scooped back. I hit him with an uppercut, hit him with a hook, and then I'm on him.
Now
The referee letting us fight.
Now, he's looking at the referee, and you just thought he's fair game.
I mean, protect yourself at all times. I don't mean to be dirty. I respect Arturo Gatti for giving me the chance. It was worth it. We gave the fans a pay-per-view extravaganza.
Was there anything that he did that gave you any problems whatsoever? Did he ever land anything that hurt you?
Well, not at all, but that's Arturo Thunder Gatti. He's a tough guy, strong guy. He always come to fight. He never lay down, and tonight I was the best man.
Could you see the frustration on his face, or was it just the lumps under his eyes that told you the fight was coming?
Like I said, I'm glad that he just gave me the opportunity. He was tough. You know, I boxed, stuck to the game plan, and got the victory. But he's still tough. He still can become world champion again.
You said before the fight he's a paper champion because he got a title that really was Costazoo's. Why do you want that paper championship?
I never said, man, that's all about selling tickets. We just talk. That's what fighters do. Arturo Gatti is Thunder Gatti. This is his hometown. I just appreciate the fans in Atlantic City for letting me come here and fight.
So you're going to raise that paper championship high?
Extremely high. Arturo Gatti is a great champion. I'm a great champion. I'm just looking forward to giving fans more fights like this on pay-per-view.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Good fight, Arturo.
All right, Arturo. You described to us what you thought was happening in the first round.
Well, in the first round, you know, first of all, I was trying to headhunt too much. You know, I was trying to beat him to the jab, and then I remembered to go to the shoulder, but he was hard to hit. You know, I was headhunting. It was hard to hit, and he was just quick. He was quicker than I thought he would be.
Did you break the rule in the first round of not protecting yourself at all time?
Well, that's what they say, you know, you have to protect yourself at all time. It was my mistake, I guess, if I did.
You describe what happened here.
Well, right there, I thought that I thought the referee would have broke us apart because he was holding my head down. So I lifted my head and looked at the referee, and he hit me. So, yeah, you must protect yourself at all time. I learned the hard way, I guess, huh?
So were you angry, and did that get you out of your game plan to punch him more in the arms, to get close to him and so on?
Not at all, Larry. Floyd's a quick, very, very fast fighter. I didn't expect him to be that quick. You know, everybody told me he has fast hands, but he's also fast with the upper body.
You wanted this fight because you said you wanted to check out just how good you were. How good do you think you are now, and how good is he?
He's very good. He's just quicker than I am. I think I did very good with him for the 6th round. But I was thinking too many punches to the head for no reason, you know. But he was very quick, and I feel that I belong in this ring tonight.
Which sounds like your career is going onward.
Oh, of course. I had a hard time making 140. You're gonna see me one more time at 147. If not, that's it for me after 47.
Thank you very much.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Arturo. Jim?
All right, thank you very much. So, a brilliant display by Floyd Mayweather. Boy, does this guy love the spotlight. In the previous biggest fight of his career, he knocked Diego Corrales down 6 times on a night when a lot of ringside observers really thought that the more powerful Corrales was going to beat him. Here, he totally embarrasses Arturo Gatti. How can you keep him off the top of the pound-for-pound list, and who's going to fight him?
There's no way to really keep him off the top of that list. I mean, he truly is the best fighter out there right now. Miguel Cotto is definitely coming up that list fast, and I'm sure Miguel Cotto would definitely welcome a match against Floyd Mayweather. There are people that always want to fight the best because you got to beat the best in order to beat the best. So if guys want to be the best, they got to see Floyd. Yeah,
and Ricky Hatton, who is Ring Magazine's champion in this division for the moment, has a tremendous economic cushion in his home country of England. He has great support circumstances in Manchester that make it difficult to get him to come fight in the United States. I don't see why Floyd should have any trepidation whatsoever about going to Manchester to fight Ricky Hatton.
He shouldn't, and I don't think he would, because if he goes there, he's going to beat Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton is not quick enough, just like Arturo was not quick enough to really deal with him. When you have a guy with that type of speed, he's deadly, and he should be there for a long time.
All right, sit tight. I'm going to ask you about something else here in just a minute. Larry, we began the evening just before the fight. Max Kellerman suggested it would be the biggest pay-per-view mismatch since Lewis Tyson, and it was indeed a mismatch.
It was a mismatch, but can we forget Winky Wright and Felix Trinidad?
Another mismatch, as it turned out.
As it turns out, Floyd Mayweather said, "I'm the truth," and in fact, he was the truth tonight. He was just too good. He's a remarkable throwback fighter in a different way than Gatti has been a throwback fighter. We don't see many fighters with his kind of skills. He comes from a state, Michigan, that has turned out many great fighters. He comes from a fighting family. And when you look at him in the ring, you think he fights as naturally as a fish swims. And the fish sometimes is a shark.
Absolutely. Well, let's turn our attention to the next big pay-per-view event here on HBO. July 16, the guy who is #1 on Ring Magazine's pound-for-pound list and the undisputed middleweight champion with 20 consecutive title defenses, Bernard Hopkins, does a very creditable thing. In the twilight of his career, while he's headed out the door, he agrees to fight bigger, stronger, younger, faster, presumably hungrier Jermaine Taylor, the #1 contender. What do you think?
Well, since I was just giving you, in part, a geographic description of what happened here and what contributed to the way Floyd Mayweather fights, Bernard Hopkins comes out of the cauldron of the Philadelphia gyms. And what he brings to the fight against a gifted young fighter from Little Rock is all the years he spent in those gyms and his remarkable ability to stay hungry. And so the issue is going to be his speed and youth and youthful hunger going to be able to overcome a great veteran's hunger.
Indeed. Bernard uses, Roy Jones, many different mechanisms to keep fueling his unique hunger. One of them was his huge desire to get to the top of the pound-for-pound list. And now, in order to stay there, maybe he has to have a spectacular performance against Taylor. Will that figure into the way Bernard performs on July 16th?
I don't think it will. You know, you got to remember, Bernard is 40, or going on 40, whichever one it is.
He's 40.
But he's been using his head and being very smart about his career. A lot of people criticize him for the moves and the decisions he made, but he's very smart. And being that he's so smart, he understands that he can't come out and try to compete with a Floyd Mayweather as far as the pound-for-pound list goes. He just has to win. And believe me, he's not going to sacrifice a win worrying about looking at the top of that pound-for-pound list. Trust what I tell you.
One more 10-second comment before we go back upstairs. I did a personal disservice to boxing and boxing fans by not establishing clearly last week that Antonio Tarver and Glenn Johnson were fighting for the Ring Magazine championship belt. That focus was properly applied here this evening. Let's go back upstairs to Bob Costas.
All right, Jim, thanks very much. Well, if Floyd Mayweather Jr. came here not just to win, but to put on an entertaining and electrifying display, even though the fight was at no time close, the performance was a tremendous performance, which should make him a bigger box office and pay-per-view draw, as well as impressing the experts.
It was an impressive fight. It was a fun fight to watch. You know, a wise man once said, and actually he said it more than once, and it's true, boxing is the theater of the unexpected. Tonight was the theater of the expected, but it was still great theater.
You know, yesterday, Floyd Mayweather Jr. told us that Gatti would be surprised by his power. He knows I'll out-slick him, I'll out-box him, I'm a better defensive fighter. He will be surprised by my power.
Yeah, Floyd standing and punching harder now as he's moved up in weight, and you could see the look on his face. You could see Floyd practically crying after the fight. He knew this was a showcase fight. He wanted to be scintillating. He was scintillating, just as he was against Diego Corrales, as the guys mentioned ringside.
Okay, you're Miguel Cotto, young, undefeated. You're Ricky Hatton, the champion, just coming off an impressive win against Costa Tzu. You're in attendance, both of them, here tonight. You're watching this, and obviously you're thinking, how would I attempt to handle this guy? Do they have answers?
Miguel Cotto, I think, will get torn up by Floyd Mayweather Jr. I think Ricky Hatton's actually an interesting fight because Hatton is so smothering and throws so many punches, though of course I would favor Floyd to win the fight. The matchup itself is interesting. Sometimes a guy who throws as many punches as Hatton and who mugs you as much overtaxes a really fine defensive fighter's defense, and Mayweather's clearly a fine defensive fighter. I mean, if only it were as easy to punch holes in his defense as it was in his logic, Bob, you know, Gatti would be in good stead.
Often logic and perspective take a little bit of time, all right? And we're in the immediate aftermath of a glorious performance by Floyd Mayweather Jr. So taking that into account, I'll still ask the question, is he the best pound-for-pound fighter today, or does that distinction still belong, however narrowly, to Bernard Hopkins?
Well, the good thing is Hopkins has a fight coming up on July 16th. Let's see how he looks against Jermaine Taylor. It's really unfair to Hopkins because Gatti, while he's not a C-plus fighter, is not on the level that Jermaine Taylor is. So Hopkins is fighting a much better opponent and likely will not look as impressive as Mayweather did here tonight. How do you define pound for pound? If it's meritorious, long and meritorious service, it goes to Bernard Hopkins. If it's who you actually believe at this moment is the most dominant fighter in boxing, may have to be Floyd Mayweather Jr.
And we'll leave it at that. Max, thanks very much. Good to work with you. Gatti versus Mayweather has been brought to you by Bally's Casino Resort and Caesars Atlantic City. Also by HBO Pay-Per-View, the best in pay-per-view entertainment.